Bungie has allegedly robbed an artist of their Artist of the Week emblem. And in today's news story, we're going to be breaking down all of the evidence and all of the information that we have to talk about this news story. But as a quick disclaimer, this is a follow-up to a previous news story, but things are about to get really spicy in here as they take a dark twist. So we have the Artist of the Week here was presented to this individual, and they presented the Saint 14 captured within the conductor here. And it was really a nice piece of art, but people speculated on whether or not it was AI generated, because if you actually zoom into it and pay attention to the hands there, you'll notice that it's actually two left hands. And a lot of the times when art is AI generated, the hands get really muddied. Often they'll have extra fingers or too few fingers. The fingers in general, the detail is very lacking. And so people speculated, because it actually has two left hands, that this might very well be AI generated art once again. You don't know that this actually happened in the past. Someone submitted AI generated art and actually won Artist of the Week, and only to have it later stripped from them, and Bungie updated their terms of service to you can't win the Artist of the Week with AI generated art. So once this went live on Twitter and everyone was saying, hey, we think it happened again, Bungie, we think you once again picked someone that is AI generating art for Artist of the Week, they decided to respond. The Destiny 2 team that's from Bungie said AI generated work is ineligible for our Artist of the Week feature. So we've removed the entry while we investigate. We try to catch submissions that violate our rules, plagiarism, AI work, etc., but sometimes a piece or two can make it past our art adoring analysis. Thanks for flagging this. So they took down the Artist of the Week. They took it down from their Bungie website. It's no longer there. And they said that they're going to investigate this. And then fast forward about a week or so, no one said anything. Obviously the big Pete Parsons layoff situation happened. A lot of people were talking about that instead. But a lot of people have been wondering, what is going on with this situation? Did this individual actually AI generate art? What was the investigation? What are the results of the investigation? And so I actually reached out for question from this individual because I wanted to know, what's going on with this? Like, did you AI generate this art? Did Bungie catch you? What is happening with all of this? And the response I got was actually quite surprising. I don't think that they AI generated it, but you be the judge in the comments down below. We have the artist here. They said, hey there. They sent me a message after I DM'd them on the Bungie forums. Said, hey there, I'm the guy who submitted the Art of the Week drawing of the conductor. The one that in a slightly surreal way apparently seems everyone to think is AI generated. I'm really sorry, but I really need to talk to you as there's been a massive misunderstanding. I drew the whole thing on Paint 3D and posted it on my Instagram, which I made public to try and ensure Bungie could see it. At least I thought that was how the competition worked. I can't lie, it's a bit demoralizing seeing several hundred people say my artwork is so bad it must be AI. That sucks. But the truth is that I'm just a bit bad at drawing hands. I'd finished the conductor and Saint, but didn't know how to properly draw a hand in the needed position, so I found a reference photo of a hand in the right position online and tried to draw that. Evidently not very well, lol. And then they have, at no point did I use AI for this piece, which is a really nice statement, but again, people can just say things. And so I wanted to follow up with them, had my mod team contact them, and I followed up with them because I wanted to see if they could offer some video proof, like how previous people who won the Artist of the Week emblem, they offered video proof of them actually creating the piece. So they broke everything down, so that way there was not a shadow of a doubt that they actually did create their own artwork. And so they responded saying that they didn't have any video evidence, but they sent an email, I think. They have photo evidence. So we can scroll down and look at some of this photo evidence. So here's some of the photo. We have some of the reference photos they've used here. Now, I'm no artist myself. I could literally barely draw a stick figure right now for you, okay? If I could, you wouldn't even be recognizable. So these are all of the different photos that they had as they developed this project. You can see here that there's no hands in the project yet. And then they get to the point where they get to the hands, and they've got the two left hands there. So we're scrolling through all the photos they sent me. You can see the actual reference point of the hand that they used. So they use this as reference point as they draw their other hand, and actually matches up like basically picture perfect to that. So it makes a lot of sense why they used a reference point of one left hand, and then I guess it ended up being effectively like duplicated like that. Like, it seems to make sense to me. Again, I'm no AI art detective. I don't even think that's a real job listing out there just yet, but it's about to be for Bungie, because Bungie's about to have an entire AI art detection team when people submit their work, apparently, because people are falsely claiming that things are AI when they're not, and there's no really knowing that which one, how to know for certain if it is or not. That's the part that's getting really difficult. The AI is getting really strong and really powerful that it's hard to know what real artwork is. So that's where it's at right there. That's where everything happened. And then I reached out to them some more and I asked them about Bungie contacting them And after about a week or so, Bungie still had not contacted them. And I was like, well, they claimed that they were investigating, right? Like that was the whole thing, is that they're gonna remove the post while they investigate. Well, now 3 weeks has gone by, and I contacted them again, and they said that Bungie still has not reached out to them. And if you go on the website, the Artist of the Week has been removed from there. This is no longer up on the Bungie website. This is no longer up on the Twit anymore. And so this individual has essentially had their Artist of the Week emblem robbed from them. They seem to proclaim their innocence. Most people that I've told this to or shown this to believe that they're innocent as well. They're able to provide a substantial amount of evidence. Again, I'm no art detective, though. Maybe some actual like artists out there could decipher through those images that were sent and decide that, but I seem to think that they're pretty innocent. And one thing that a lot of people mentioned was, well, they have no other art on their profile or anything like that, but they do. They actually do have a bunch of art. And you look at their Instagram, they even have like some Destiny art here. You got some like EXO art and various different drawings that they've done. And obviously, yeah, some EXO art there as well. And then there it is, the conductor art that they did. So they actually do have a decent amount of art on their profile. They just don't have a big Twitter profile. And they said that they needed to go back to focusing on their schoolwork. And so they don't have a lot of time to dedicate to, you know, trying to get their Artist of the Week emblem necessarily. But they're definitely sad about the situation because they have had their reputation ran into the ground over this. Everyone perceives them as being, you know, someone that sees this competition with AI generated art. Really sad, especially because it would seem as though they actually put a lot of work into it. And it's obviously very disheartening. And going through the tedious effort of proving that you're innocent is difficult in this day and age. And so that's why they reached out to me, and I reached out to them, and I wanted to give them a fair shot. The last thing I want to do is, you know, pour any more gasoline on the fire that is Bungie right now, because obviously they're under a lot of heat. But it does need to be said that when you say you're going to investigate something, when you say you're going to make a situation right, you actually have to do that investigating. And I think that I don't understand. Bungie may have done some investigating on their own, but like I think the investigation starts with like contacting the individual themselves, right? And the fact that no one at Bungie actually reached out to them to investigate, I think is really bad. And I think that the fact that they have not been reinstated their Artist of the Week on the Bungie website, they haven't been reinstated, they haven't been given their emblem, and there's no apology of any kind, definitely just rubs me the wrong way. And, you know, as much as I don't want to be at odds ends with all the Bungie devs and stuff like that, I can't help but feel like, you know, it's a situation I have to talk about, especially because we reported on it initially. So I want to try and help this individual out. Hopefully we can get some attention, you know, like this video, send this video to someone. I'll post something on Twitter. Let's get the attention of the Destiny 2 team, and let's get this individual their Artist of the Week emblem. That's all that really matters right now. We want this individual that worked really hard to get their Artist of the Week emblem that they deserve, and they should be reinstated on the website, and maybe even an apology since it's been brought down for so many weeks. And basically their reputation has been completely tarnished because of it. And I get it, it's an investigation period, and so Bungie isn't trying to say, you know, did anything wrong, but when it's this long, it's a little too long for the investigation period, okay? I am not an investigator, I'm not a journalist by any means. I'm a goofball that makes videos, and it took me about, you know, 10-15 minutes of investigative work to come to a pretty solid conclusion here. So I think that anyone at Bungie could have done the same, and so that's why I want to bring you this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.